Chapter 52, Reunion and Change, 1. Inside the Temple of the God's Realm. I stood on the summoning chamber, the one with a vast white space as far as the eye could see. I drew the magical chart on the floor of the summoning chamber. My breath was heavy shortly after I received the heroes list from the great goddess Sister. I ran immediately to this place. That was the reason why I became out of breath while I casted the spell for the summoning ritual. I looked again at the status of my hero on the paper list. I was deeply moved. My eyes became burning hot again as I was about to cry. Seiya's status had been reset. That probably meant that he lost all of his memories from the adventure he had with me, but that was okay. I will have the chance to meet him again. That was enough for me. On that moment, I read the name of my summoned hero soon. A light burst from the magical chart, and the chosen hero was summoned from the earthly world. He was handsomely tall, with glossy black hair and a dignified appearance. An aura emanated from his body as if he was a male god. I wondered if he was relaxing on his own room back on his original world. Ryuguuin Seiya had on casual and comfortable black clothes that he probably wore at his home. I thought that I would never meet the hero again. I'd never have imagined that we'd be reunited through this way once more, Seiya. I desperately suppressed my unconscious stretching hands. No. You can't, Lista. I must be firm. Seiya no longer remembers about me. While speaking to myself, I stretched my spine and I made a big smile on my face. I managed to retain my dignified goddess-like appearance while I looked at Seiya once again. Let's start from the beginning all over again. We have to take our time slowly. Right, Seiya. And then I spoke exactly the same words as when I first summoned Seiya. Nice to meet you. I am Lista. I am a goddess living on the God's realm. I summoned you from your earthly world to this dimension. Listen carefully, Ryuguuin Seiya. You will be the brave hero that will save the world Exfolia from the evil threats. There was an obvious silence after I spoke. Suddenly, Seiya, who was summoned from the earthly world, looked at me with suspicious eyes. For me, this nostalgic scene felt like a déjà vu. Seiya finally opened his mouth. Lista. What are you talking about? Eh? What? Wait a second. Eh? Did he call me Lista? Why? I've heard exactly the same words before. Is that supposed to be a standard quote whenever you summon a hero? What? Do you remember me? Of course. I don't suffer from amnesia as far as I can tell. Unbelievable. That's impossible. I'm telling the truth. I don't have amnesia. No, I'm not talking about amnesia. How do you remember? I mean, when a god summons a hero, the memory of the previous world should disappear. I don't know. I just remember. Suddenly, I recalled the conversation I had with the great goddess Sister. I remembered the words she mentioned earlier. The great goddess Sister certainly said this is a special case. In other words, the great goddess Sister left Seiya's memories intact? That was the only plausible reason to explain this. What a great reversal. I was so touched because I trembled all over my body with excitement. By the way, my status was reboot onto my original one. After all the trouble I had in order to increase it, and then, this happens. This is stupid. Your system is not good at all. Seiya looked dissatisfied as he continued to complain. This was so like Seiya, seeing how my hero behaved as usual. The urge I had suppressed deeply inside me exploded as if something broke apart from pressure. Shouts and cries. Seiya screams, I missed you so much. I threw away my goddess-like attitude and I jumped right into Seiya. I hugged him and cried on his chest. I thought that your soul was destroyed during that time. I thought I'd never see you again. I tried to be strong in front of everyone else. But it was so hard and painful. After a lot of crying, I took my face away from his chest. And then, there were lots of watery marks on Seiya's clothes because of my tears. No, not only tears. My runny nose also stained Seiya's clothes. And my mouth, my drooling too. Oh no. This was bad. I forgot for a second that I was supposed to behave properly. He will beat me for sure. I tried to cover my head with my hands straight away, but Seiya didn't beat me. What? Are you not angry with me? But I stained your clothes, you know? I don't care about that. Eh? You don't? Why? Lista. Seiya stared at me with a serious face. I remember that you tried to help me desperately. Right before I died because of the price I had to pay for using the Heavenly Gate. I remembered that you were someone important to me from a different past. Important? That's right. Important, are you referring to me? Yes. Someone important. Am I an important existence to you, Seiya? You're right. Don't let me repeat it again. This time I came for you. I heard the voice of my sister on my head, saying that you were in charge of a more difficult world than Geabrande as the punishment for saving me. I see, well. Excuse me. Could you wait for a moment? I turned my face away because I didn't want Seiya to stare at me directly. Whoa. Wah, what was this? What's up with this sudden development? The hell on heaven. Despair on a summit. An unspeakable sense of blissfulness attacked my heart. But, I still shook my head in denial. No, wait a minute. I would be an idiot if I were to fall for his words. That's right. It was Seiya we're talking about. He will kick me all of a sudden if I let my guard down. As if I'll fall for this. I approached Seiya while my heart was pounding rapidly. I apologize. I tried to wrap my arms around Seiya's arms casually. There was no change on Seiya's stoic expression. He was silent, but he didn't attack me. This couldn't be. Why wasn't he upset with me? This was definitely a sign of, wait, no, not yet. I should verify this further. With our arms entangled, I looked up at Seiya with keen eyes. Listen, Seiya. When we have free time, let's go see Machinelle, alright? Both of them wanted to try the hot springs. Is it okay with you? I was expecting him to say I don't know or I refuse, but Seiya answered me immediately. You're right. Instead, I received the phrase you're right. I also caused lots of trouble for those two. If it's possible, I would like to meet them as soon as possible. There was no doubt about it. Finally. Inside my heart, I could feel a fireworks display that bloomed into beautiful flowers. Finally, a Tsundere conquered it all. Wait for me, L. I'll teach you about the real power of love. But, we have to leave that for later after completing this quest. This world is more difficult than Geabrande, right? I need to be better preparation for this. Soon, Seiya's eyes became sharp looking. I need to start my practice immediately. Eh? So soon? Yeah. I'll start with basic training as I did here once before. Seiya stared at me with determination. I knew where this was going without being told. He wanted me to leave the summoning chamber. Oh, okay. I understand. He didn't change his preferences about practicing in unattractive places. Even so, I wanted to be more lovey-dovey with him. Just as I did before, I made a simple bed and toilet with the power of a goddess' creative abilities. I handed a buzzer to Seiya like I always did. Alright, let me know when you're ready. When I tried to go out with a slightly lonely face, Lista. Seiya called me. I leave my meals up to you, yes. Hey, listen, Arya. You know what? Seiya has become a very gentle man. He didn't hit or kick me anymore. He also didn't crush my milky breasts. I feel glad for you. I'm pleased that everything worked out in the end. I was in the room of Senior Goddess Ariadne. I told her everything that happened. I was so excited and happy. Arya smiled when she heard my story. It was thanks to Lady I's sister that Seiya retained his memories. I'm sure she spoke with the innermost lawful gods of the heavens about your efforts, Lista. I also apologized to her for my rude behavior early on. Lista, you should properly thank her later. After saying that, Arya wrinkled between her eyebrows abruptly. Hey, Lista? Are you listening? Yeah. I'm listening. You said I should thank the great goddess I sister, am I correct? I know that. You know, Lista. You can't be serious. Do you understand me? The past is the past. You mustn't forget that Seiya is a human being. And you are a goddess now. Not that again. I didn't forget about that. I understand it very well. Really? Do you really understand it? Arya took a deep breath. I'm worried. Actually, I wanted to accompany you on this quest. Exfolia is a world that will bring you many painful memories. Even if you forgot about your human memories, I'm sure your soul will react the moment you arrive in there. Arya was seriously worried about me. I tried to lift up her mood. I'm fine. That's because I have a lovey-dovey darling by my side now. Oh, no. It's already time to go. I have to cook a meal for Seiya. See you, Arya. Lista? How about thanking Lady I's sister? Sorry. I'll visit her tomorrow. I left Arya's room in a hurry. I ran straight away to the kitchen of the God's Realm. My relationship with Seiya was going so well. It was as if everything was too good to be true.